Hispanic. I don't know. I might think of his name tomorrow, but not now. But and then a younger boy was in there with him. And after that incident, we didn't have any more two at the time in one room, see. They built another lockup up there on the hill. I don't know how many rooms they have up there, but they only had one boy per room when they'd lock him up.
Well, let's talk about that and see if I understand you. That you know of one incident where they used the White House as a confinement area for two boys.
Yeah, that's the only two that I know of.
And would they actually lock them in there together?
Yes.
In the same room?
That's why I say they discontinued that because of the incident that happened.
What incident is that?
Well, the large boy, you know, getting the younger boy to do Bill Reagan, Bill, what is it, this principal,
the older boy made the younger boy perform oral sex?
Yeah.
And that put an end to having two boys locked in the same room. And approximately when would that have been?
Approximately when would it have been?
Yes, sir.
In the 40s.
All right. And then you mentioned that there was a lockup up the hill. Lockup would have been a solitary confinement facility on the campus of the school?
Yeah.
Was that Pierce Cottage?
Pierce, yeah.
Yes, sir. And so they used Pierce Cottage to lock boys in cells individually after the incident that you described. Correct?
Well, different things they were put up there for.
Sure. We're going to get to that, but once they started using Pierce Cottage for solitary confinement, they would put one boy in a room.
In a room at the time.
And that's what Pierce Cottage was the solitary confinement building.
They had some small boys up there that was, the house leader was Mr. Raleigh White, I believe his name. Worked real good with young boys, and it was something to just go up there and observe, you know, the young boys making their beds and what have you. But
can you describe for me what a room in Pierce Cottage was like for solitary confinement?
What the room was like?
Yes, sir.
To the best of my knowledge, I mean, there was a bed and a commode.
A commode or a can?
I never saw a can in there. But
so you believe that each room had a bed and a toilet?
I really don't, I can't say yes or no because I was up there several times, and to my feelings right now, it seems that they would have had a commode in there.
Do you know if they were given a shower?
Huh?
Do you know if they were given a shower?
They were given showers, yeah.
Did they come in and just hose them down, or did they get to go use a facility?
They had a shower room that they showered the boys in the cottage. They had showered them in groups. They had all the boys divided into 4 groups, and they showered one group at a time. And I would imagine, I don't know, I never was up there at the time this was going on.
You brought up something that I'd like to ask you about. You said that the boys in the school, they showered them in 4 groups?
The boys at the cottage,
Okay.
when they showered at night, they showered one group at a time.
How many were in a group?
That depends on how many boys was in the cottage.
Okay, each
30
cottage.
or 40 boys.
So they would go approximately 10 at a time for a shower?
Well, yes, and the house leader had to be out here. The boys were lined up to get the showers, you know. And he was out here observing the shower stall, and these boys was waiting.
So if a boy had signs of being spanked, when they went to take a shower, all the boys would have been naked in the same room, and you could have seen the remnants of any spanking that took place. And when the boys took a shower, was there a structured procedure for how people showered? I mean, I can see your eyes wandering about. I've heard that the water would be turned on for 30 seconds and people could soap down, and then it would be turned on again. Is that the way that it worked?
Yes.
And make sure that we understand.
Had a little rack for the soap, you know, for the boys to use in there.
They would turn them on to get wet, and then they would turn them off and the boys would soap up. Is that right?
When they get wet, they soap down.
Okay.
And then they rinse.
How long did a shower take?
I don't know about that, but not long.
Were there situations where boys would go directly from the White House into solitary confinement?
You mean?
I mean, you get a spanking, and you go straight from there to solitary confinement?
Not to my knowledge.
Never happened in your experience. Was there any procedure in effect that if a boy was spanked, they were not permitted to have visitors for some period of time?
I never have heard that they couldn't have visitors after a spanking.
Do you know if there was a comparable place on the colored side to Pierce Hall on the white side where they sent people on that side for solitary confinement?
After they integrated, I imagine. Well, not from that side, no. Not to my knowledge. They never. It was.
What I'm trying to find out is before they integrated. Do you know whether there was a solitary confinement procedure on the other side? Yes, sir.
No.
Do you know anything about the punishment methodology used on the colored side during the years that there was no integration?
I didn't know too much about what was going on over there. I stayed on the white side all the time.